Hey everyone, it's adventurous with 5 tips on traveling during the pandemic.
All right, travelers. So, tip number one, I would say, is do your research. Definitely make sure that you check into where you will be heading to make sure that, obviously, during this COVID time, that you're able to travel to this destination that you're hoping to travel to. So, make sure that you check into the resort, hotel, or Airbnb that you might be heading towards, and make sure that those travel restrictions are allowing for tourism to head towards the area that you're hoping to go towards.
Also, do your research on what area you want to go to. So, for example, we went to Mexico. We had to do our research on the different areas of Mexico and decide which region we wanted to visit. Different regions have different protocols in place and restrictions in place. So, some beaches are open and some might be closed. So, keep that in mind when you're making your travel reservations. And another consideration is the weather. Hurricane season is a real thing, so try to take
Yeah.
that into consideration also because we learned that the
The
hard
hard way.
way.
Tip number two is go all inclusive. Definitely go all inclusive. I would say a reason is you get the exclusivity of just having your drinks, your meals, room service, 24 hours, all around the clock. It saves you tons of time. It's a definite convenience. You don't have to be inconvenienced by having somewhat of a hotel or an Airbnb where you have to order things, set up taxis, do things that you might not be used to in a country that you're not used to, and speaking a foreign language that you typically don't speak. So having all inclusive gives you that ease, peace of mind where you have individuals who speak your language, also speaking the native language of Spanish or wherever you might be traveling to, in this case, Cabo.
Another benefit to going all inclusive is that help is only a phone call away. They can coordinate any excursions you may want to do or answer any questions. And like we said earlier, room service 24/7. Going all inclusive is well worth the cost.
Definitely. I would say another added benefit to going all inclusive would be you get to see the resort that you're staying at, lets you know on their website, posting all the precautions that they might have during the COVID times that we're going through right now currently. So it's a great thing to just feel you're comfortable to know exactly what they're practicing at the space that you're going to, and that you know exactly what your family can expect or you and your loved one can expect this is going to be on your trip. So I think that's an added benefit that you should try to take advantage of. That's why we do it as all inclusive.
And I would say too that we felt very safe when we traveled during COVID. There were so many cleaning procedures and regulations in place that we knew exactly what we were getting into at our resort that we stayed at, and everything went really smoothly and very well.
Absolutely.
Tip number 3, think about your airline. When you're booking your next vacation, consider what airline you're going to be traveling with. There are many new safety procedures and protocols in place, and the airlines are trying to make travel as safe as possible for all of us. We chose to book our vacation with Delta Airlines because they were specifically blocking out all of the middle seats, resulting in far fewer passengers on each plane.
Upon boarding the plane, we both received a bag that had a hand sanitizer in it, a bottle of water, like a Clorox type wipe, and then some pretzels to eat. So that's definitely something that you can expect. I would definitely recommend to maybe eat something prior to the flight. Depending on where you're coming from, it can be a long one. So just with the COVID stuff now, they just aren't doing the snacks and stuff like they used to on the flights.
One final consideration to make when flying is skipping checking any bags. We decided to go carry-on only, and that helped us avoid long lines and crowded areas waiting over by the baggage claim areas.
Tip number 4 would be do private transportation. Something that I definitely recommend doing prior to your vacation, setting that up so then when you arrive, you don't have to have anything that you worry about. Everything's kind of set for you and ready to go. Definitely where we travel to going to Cabo, it's definitely a benefit just because once you get off there in the airplane, at the airport, you're kind of met with sharks and individuals who are just trying to sell you timeshares and things that you don't need. It's just going to waste your time. So once you have that private transportation set up, You walk right past them, you go outside the doors, and then you're met by your taxi driver or your private transportation driver, and that's just something I think is kind of peace of mind. So.
And one added benefit to having private transportation is, first of all, you're traveling just with your party or your group. So for us, it was just the two of us. We were the only ones in a big SUV, and the driver had plenty of cold cervezas waiting for us. So we had a bunch of Coronas we could enjoy on the drive to our resort, and get a chance to talk to our taxi driver, who gave us some insider information on some places to go and excursions to do while we were in town. And our final tip number 5, is what to bring. So there are a few different things that you will need to bring when traveling during COVID that you would normally not need to bring. First and foremost would be masks. You're going to want to bring multiple masks, maybe different fabrics or types of colors and prints, and you'll need several masks. You may misplace them on accident when you're on the go, so you'll want to make sure that you have plenty of them, because you'll need them whenever you're walking around the resort or in the airports or around town, unless you're sitting down at a restaurant or sitting poolside. A few other items that you will want to bring along as well are hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes for wiping down those surfaces, and a pen for filling out your customs papers, because the flight attendants are no longer passing out pens.
Those are our 5 tips while traveling during COVID. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment below, and let us know any kind of travel tips you guys might have while traveling during COVID. Also, make sure that you subscribe, like our videos, check us out on Instagram, adventurous_. Check us out, show us some love, and we'll see you guys soon
On our next adventure.